friends, welcome back to our discussion on the shield of faith. So far over the past 4 weeks in our Armor Up Ephesians study, we've talked about the breastplate of righteousness, the sandals of peace, the belt of truth, and this week we're talking about the shield of faith. So we already talked 2 days ago about one of the practical ways this shield was used in battle. Today I want to talk about some other ones. So in battle, the purpose of a shield was that it was a tactical tool that enabled offensive and defensive maneuvers. So one was that it would allow soldiers to all stand together and create a shield wall in a formation. So the soldiers would stand shoulder to shoulder with their shield out, and their shield would create a wall, a barrier where their whole army could not penetrate. So let's think about that for a second in terms of the shield of faith and faith in our life. I don't know about you, but for me, there have been times where I have been on the ground unable to pick myself up, and the encouragement from a friend was exactly what I needed to hear. Their faith inspired me to keep going, even if it was just like one more step through that hard situation. And this is the power of community. This is the power of friendship and friends who stand strong in their faith. Because when we're all standing together, we're a much stronger force. We're united against the attacks. And sometimes in life, you need people who are going to stand around you when you're being attacked with their shield. Like I just have this image of me or you or whoever it is going through the attack, standing like this, broken on the ground, like you can't get up. And all of a sudden your friends making a circle around you with their shields, right? Protecting you. This is the power of faith in action, of friends who come beside you in that moment and stand beside you. So think about it. Have there ever been people in your life where their faith inspired you to keep going? Their faith gave you the breath of fresh air you needed just for that day to keep going. Maybe you need that right now. Maybe you need to find some friends to surround you. Or maybe you need to go be that friend. Maybe you're in a good place right now, but you can think on those moments when someone else's faith, they picked up their shield for you. Maybe you need to go be that for someone in your life right now. So that was one purpose of the shield in battle. Another purpose was that it allowed the attacker or the person to approach the attacker without being vulnerable to being taken down. So we're talking about the enemy in this armor of God. That's what it talks about. At the very beginning, it says, your battle is not against flesh, not against blood, it's against principalities and the evil forces in this realm that we live in. So we are talking about, in this specific study, the battles of the enemy that come against us. So sometimes we have to look Satan in the face and we have to say, in the name of Jesus, you will not take control of my home, my marriage, my children, whatever it may be. Sometimes we need to stand up to the enemy and remember whose side we're on. Remember, the two parts of this is that we recognize there's a battle, but we realize whose side we're on. The shield of faith allows us to do that. In battle, it kept them from being vulnerable to the attacks. They could go up and attack the enemy. They could sneak up behind them and attack them. This is the power we have when we pick up our faith. We can go to the enemy and say, no, devil, not today. Not today, Satan. You don't have control over my home, my family, my finances, whatever it may be. You have the power by picking up your shield of faith to sneak up and say, I caught you today. Not today, enemy. To become aware of his attacks. And then not only become aware of his attacks, but become the attacker. Press back. Command him to leave. You have that power by the shield of faith, by the faith that God has placed inside of you. So I just want to remind you and encourage you today to take back your power, to pick up your shield of faith, to tell the enemy he doesn't stand a chance over you and your life and the purpose God has on it, to walk forward, to pick that shield up and walk toward him, sneak up on him and tell him to get out of your life. I'll see you guys next week as we talk about the next piece of armor. Bye, guys.